Hey, what's up guys? It's Cypher. Today we got a different kind of video. We are going to be putting together the worst and best guns in Fortnite into a tier list. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button. I do want to give credit to Lachlan, who already made a video similar to this, but tier lists have existed from the beginning of the internet. So let's jump into this. These are my tier lists. We got the super OP++, then we got overpowered, and we got just normal overpowered, great, above average, average, bad, useless, trash can. Let's start off with the good old faithful, the Scar. Season 1, it used to be the most powerful gun in the game. It did 98 damage, headshot. No, but we're not talking about the old Scar. We're talking about the current Scar. The current Scar is great. It's not overpowered. It fits well in the game. Nothing needs to be changed. The silenced SMG used to be better than a gold Scar in previous seasons, but we're talking about the current season of Fortnite. And currently, the silenced SMG, in my opinion, especially compared to all the other guns, is bad. I'm not even gonna put this is the LTM. Yeah, this has like everything, so some of them will just not apply. All right. The Deadpool dual pistols. These guys were mythic, but they really sucked. Even though they healed you when you did damage, they just did not do enough damage. They did not do enough healing. Honestly, just bad. And honestly, bro, the fact that they called them mythic weapons, we've got to put them in the trash can category. All right, we've got the sword. This is the first mythic weapon to exist. And even though they nerfed it, this thing caused damage. This thing earned people thousands of dollars in the Winter Royale. Super OP++, the heavy sniper rifle. I'm so glad it's not in the game. I think it was overpowered plus. Then when they nerfed it, they nerfed the damage slightly. It kind of goes down to just the overpowered. But for the most part, for most of Fortnite, the heavy sniper rifle was overpowered plus. 157 damage. I believe the updated damage was around like 127. So to be fair, they did nerf it. It is OP. The regular SMG, in my opinion, it is just great. Whether you're on controller or mouse and keyboard, it's super strong, super consistent, very reliable, does a lot of damage. I would have put it OP, but they did nerf the headshot damage this season. So it goes from OP down to just great, okay? The Brutus minigun, okay? The Brutus minigun, very strong, very obnoxious to go against, very small cooldown with a lot of damage output. This guy was annoying, was a mythic gun, lived up to the name of being a mythic weapon. We're going to put this guy in the overpowered plus category. All right. C4, honestly, they got nerfed, right? So they used to be OP plus. When you can just throw them, slide them real quick, and immediately blow them up, and they would all blow up at the same time. That was ridiculous. Now they nerfed it to where you can only find like one per stack, and I think above average is a good spot to put them, especially how they were towards. So this is the TNT Boombo. Man, like, how do you make a mythic weapon worse than the original Boombo? It had 5 shots. You have to wait. I would have rather used shotgun ammo like the original one. It did way less damage. This, like, how do you... Like, we're going to put this in the useless category. If we just based it, like, if it was just a green or like a epic gun that you found on the ground somewhere, it could be higher. But the fact that you had to go and land at the rig, you had to kill TNT to get the weapon, makes it useless because it takes too much effort for such a bad gun. The burst rifle. I hate the burst weapons. Besides the AUG, I would say this is a bad gun. Not the worst thing to pull off spawn, not the worst thing to get off spawn, but it just didn't get the job done. It was not very accurate. We got the purple gold tactical shotgun. Man, this thing used to be OP. It used to be great. This season, man, gold tack to the face. All bullets hit. 120 something damage, 124, 125. I don't know how much, but the point is like 120 something. Bro, what the heck is that? It's not deserving of the bad rating. Honestly, it's still somewhat useful because only because the pump does not exist. If the pump existed, this would be in the bad category. Because we have to deal with the charged shotgun as our only other option for a shotgun, where you have to charge the gun and sometimes it doesn't shoot and God knows what's going on with the charged shotgun. honestly, I don't think, I honestly think just above average. I think above average. Tac shotgun, average. It's not the worst thing to pull off spawn. I know it sucks that it doesn't do enough damage right now, but average. I don't want to put it in with the Silence SMG and the you know, FAMAS. Like, it's not fair. It's just average, okay? Average, above average. The normal AR, above average. Let's just keep it simple. Just, you know, you can't complain when you have it, especially with first shot accuracy. It gets the job done. The semi-auto sniper is bad, bro. It's always been bad. It's a bad gun. It's a bad gun. Infantry rifle. Oh my god, this thing is amazing. It's great. Honestly, in the hands of a great player, it's also overpowered. I'm struggling here because putting it overpowered, I feel like, means that it needs to be nerfed. I honestly think it's a very well-balanced gun. A lot of people are saying garbage in the chat. I'm assuming you guys are on controller. This gun was not really the best gun on controller. Some people made it work. It's a great gun. If you don't agree with that, that's okay. Poison traps. Like, I've gotten my fair share of poison trap kills, but these things just did not live up to the hype. When they announced a new trap, I was really excited, but I was really disappointed. These things were just really obnoxious to go against. They were just, I would say it's just bad. I'd just say it was just bad. Not useless, but bad. Especially because the traps were just so much better. This was the missile launcher where you threw it and then like a barrage of missiles came down. It was very interesting, but overall, people can just move 2 steps out of the way and avoid it. I'm going to put this in the useless category. Attention! Rockets, airstrike coming here. In this one area where there's smoke coming out, get out of the area to avoid the airstrike. Useless. Useless. Is this the original Boombo? Is this what I'm looking at? Original Boombo? Original Boombo was OP. Honestly, it was OP. This thing used shotgun shells, so you always had ammo for it. It was OP. I cannot believe that they made the Mythic version useless, but the original Boombo was OP. I'm just going to leave it OP. I might move it up depending on how the tier list looks moving forward, but we'll see. The P90. P90 is OP. It is OP. Even after the nerf, man. Strong. It's got to be better than the normal SMG, obviously. It's OP. So annoying when someone just runs into your box with a P90. And the original P90 would have been OP Super Plus Plus. When it first launched, you guys remember those clips with Daquan holding like 5 P90s? Rapid fire. No, wait. This is the Burst SMG, right? Dude, the Burst SMG was useless. No, honestly, it was trash. It was trash. It wasn't just useless. It was trash. A Burst SMG. The point of the SMG is to put constant pressure on your opponents. And this thing was like... It's like, okay, the Burst SMG is literally the rapid fire, but it's jammed and it only shoots 3 bullets at a time. It was trash. It was trash. The fireworks, like, I've seen some, you know, I made a tips and tricks video with this thing, but honestly, it's somewhere down here. It's useless or trash. Like, what are you thinking, chat? I think it's more in the useless category because it really is just a useless weapon, right? Yes, it's trash as well. It doesn't necessarily, okay, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is better than this. These two are just interchangeable, all right? There's useless and then there's trash. I think this is more of a useless item. And like, we'll save the trash for items that could have been something great, but were terrible. I forgot about this one. You threw it and it blew up or something. Not very memorable. Let's just put it in the bad. It was the homing. Yeah. So it followed people, like it tracked people. Did 50 damage. You could stack them on the boxes and blow people up, but anybody who's willing to stay in a box was not a player that you needed to spend that much time killing. Anyways, maybe they were average. Just don't have the most memories with this thing. Let's just play it safe and put it in the average category. Okay. I don't think anyone's gonna cry about that. What were these called again? Sticky nades? I forgot. These things used to be OP plus because you used to be able to throw 2 of them on a wall and then break the wall and then instantly do 200 damage. Then they nerfed them, but they were still pretty overpowered, pretty annoying to go against. Then they were bugged. But guys, remember that clip of me sticking the person and then it blows up and they didn't do it. It didn't do any damage. And then I stuck them again and then it blows up and it doesn't do any damage. And then they kill me and I start punching the chair. Jack, you got to get that clip for this part. After I made the video about them being broken and not blowing up, They actually removed them the next day and they were gone. Combat shotgun. Oh boy, this thing, man. And people all the time, they say, oh, the combat shotgun wasn't that good in the beginning. And then people got good with the combat shotgun and then everyone thought it was good. So maybe the charge shotgun is going to have the same story. It wasn't that good in the beginning and then people got good. No, the combat shotgun wasn't bad in the beginning. It was just broken. It was bugged. It was doing the wrong headshot damage. You guys remember that clip with Daquan testing it out. So it was just broken. Once they fixed it, bro, this thing was ridiculous. If you didn't have this gun, you were losing the fight. If you had attack or a pump, even when they brought the pumps back, overpowered plus, the strongest shotgun to have ever existed. Honestly, I've seen so many variations of the hunting rifle, not the hunting rifle, the hunting bow or whatever you would call it. Bro, they were all trash. They were all trash. It was so hard to hit with these things. Trash. And let's do a favor right here. Trash. Tactical AR. I honestly think this gun was pretty useful, especially in competitive because it used light ammo. Wasn't the strongest close range or long range gun, but it was like a hybrid. There was a medium range where it was super useful. But really, the big point of this gun was that it used light bullets and can be used as an AR. We're judging this overall. Overall, it was just an above average gun. Would not mind having it back. Double barrel shotgun. You only had 2 bullets, but this thing could do 100 plus damage. Just body shot, you know? Great memories with this gun. We've seen some cool clips from players like Nate Hill, Poach. Close range, this thing was insane. Insane. They did eventually nerf the double barrel. And honestly, it was a great gun. It was maybe even OP, but after the super hard nerf, it dropped down a couple layers. I would say it's just an above average gun. The drum shotgun. Oh, man. Dude, in the hands of a default skin, this thing was super powered plus. All right, I've been killed by it so many times by default skins. Honestly, don't know what it is. But in the hands of most players, this thing was just bad. It was just bad. I don't say useless. You picked it up off spawn. You could get a couple kills with it. Drum gun, okay? This gun has gone through a lot of different stages, man. It used to be super OP++, and then it used to be overpowered, then OP, then great, then average. Like, it's jumping all over the place. When it was all said and done, at the end of the road for the drum gun, it was just great. It was just great. Originally, it was OP+, but there was a lot of different nerfs to it. There was a lot of different versions of it. Eventually, it came back like season 8, 9, or whatever. And it was like, didn't they vote for the drum gun to come back? Dude, that was terrible. I can't believe you guys did that. You should be ashamed. And right now, the Jules drum gun, for example, is worse than the P90, worse than the rapid fire. And it's honestly worse than normal SMG. I mean, maybe not the normal SMG after the nerfs, but the Jules drum gun is like awful. Like the Jules drum gun is kind of like what the drum gun was at the end of the road. I think it's just great. Dualies. Sometimes you hit for 80-80. Sometimes you just didn't hit at all. It was these were kind of hard guns to use. There was a point where people were using them as shotguns. Like you would shoot your pump, swap to the dually, shoot the dually, swap back to your pump. So they were used as like a double shotgun type of situation. They were just average, honestly. And even if you got like the legendary dualies or whatever, like it's just at the very least they were better than this piece of crap right here. But the Deagle. The Deagle, man. Okay, so when it could one-shot wooden builds, it was OP+, bro. This thing, you had to have it. You had to have it. You could use it as a double shotgun. You shoot your pump, you shoot your Deagle, you shoot your pump, you shoot your Deagle. Some of the best players in the game used that really, really well. But unfortunately, man, it had its fall, right? Well, I guess fortunately, because it was OP. It had its fall. It couldn't one-shot builds anymore. I think it was just a great gun. Because I remember in the hands of controller players, when you could L2, these guys would just L2 100 from medium, close, long range, just 100. And then really accurate players on mouse and keyboard could also do the same thing. Honestly, I'm looking at the guns that are in the above average category. I think it is just above average because I'm looking at it and I'm kind of comparing it to the infantry, the Scar. I don't think it's fair to put it in the same category as these. Dynamite, pretty bad because we've had guns. I mean, we've had Clingers, we've had C4. Dynamite were just like a really weak version, and You could hear it from a mile away. It took it forever to explode. Meowsel's pew pew rifle. So this would be a great gun if it was something you just found, like it was just a normal gold AK, but it wasn't. You had to land at the freaking yacht, the middle of nowhere, to get this gun. So I'm just gonna put it, because it's mythic and it wasn't that great, I'm just gonna put it in the above average category. It had its moments. It did solid damage, but the fact that you had to land at the yacht, you had to defeat, you know, Meowsels, but I still grabbed it sometimes and I still did some damage with it. It was just really inaccurate gun. Wasn't good close range. People are saying average. Yeah, but the thing is, like, think about where we're putting this with. Like, you don't want to put it with the dualies and then just like the nerf tack and this battering. It just doesn't make sense. I think above average is a fair spot for it. Midas drum gun. All right, we got another super OP plus. This thing was ridiculous. Had the highest DPS in the game. Insane. Puts the Jules drum gun to shame. I don't even see the Jules drum gun on this list, which is probably good. I've been terrorized by some of the best controller players in the world with this thing. I've gone against Sway, Unknown Army. Dang, bro. Like, should we put it in the plus plus? I don't know. We might have to, because this thing was definitely better than the drum gun. I'm looking to see if anything else would be in the plus plus. Mythic Goldfish probably. Yeah. I think OP plus is fine for now. Again, Sky's assault rifle, OP plus. Very easy. It was just a scar on roids. It was really strong. Loved it. Honestly, I loved it. It was super OP. Very consistent, very reliable, did a lot of damage. What is this? Dude, I don't remember this, but I'm just gonna put it in useless. Heavy shotgun. I remember people were kind of obsessed with this when it first came out, but in reality, this thing shot so slow. Like, it was a really awkward gun to use. It was like shooting in between tack and pump. But it had range. It was like the first gun to have range. This gun is like a creative gun. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it back. I think it really is just an average gun. It was so hard to aim with this thing because of how tight the reticle was, and it just didn't do the damage that you'd think it would do. The bolt action sniper rifle is just a great gun. It's been in the game since the beginning. Very reliable. It does 100 plus to the body and it does 200 plus to the head. You can't ask for more consistency in a gun, and it's been there from the beginning. The bolt action sniper rifle, great gun, reliable, consistent, does what it does. This guy, oh man, I mean, I don't know. It was just a bad gun, bro. I've had so many bad memories with this thing, even with first shot accuracy. Like, it shot slow, it was inaccurate. A lot of lost fights. It deserves to be here with the FAMAS. Like, they deserve to be next to each other. Oh my god, Thanos, superpower plus, especially on the first day, bro. I can't believe people complained that Thanos was OP. Obviously, this dude has 6 Infinity Stones. He's supposed to be overpowered. They nerfed him after the first day because he was too strong. Bro, that was the best game mode ever. I hate that they nerfed it, but even after the nerf, he was still super OP++. Okay. Scoped AR. Once they made it hit scan and it was accurate, because I remember it used to be like busted up, I think it was just above average gun. I would love to see the scoped AR being used in today's day and age. It was good, man. It was good because it was reliable. The bullets went exactly where you were aiming. I'd say above average. Maybe not in solos, but more so in like in team-based modes. If you had somebody sitting back with this thing, you could just pepper them up. You had to be accurate. It wasn't good with controller. This gun was not good with controller. Like, silenced AR, average, just an average gun. Like, the silenced version was cool, but in reality, in Fortnite, a silenced weapon isn't really a big deal. There's no like AR. I mean, there's no radar that really shows up that you get like a hidden advantage when you're using a silenced weapon. It's just gonna be average. If like using a silenced weapon gave you like an advantage of not being discovered, it could be higher, but it's just average. Nades, dude. Once people learned how to stack the nades, they became really powerful. I honestly think that they should be in the great category. They're great. Because, you know, if you watch my nade tutorial video, you can use these like sniper rifles. You see somebody boxed up, Kobe, triple nade, they're done, right? Great. Rocket launcher, OP. They've been OP from the beginning. They're still OP, but at least now they're rare to find, which is great. So OP, but I don't want them nerfed. They deserve to be the way they are. Grenade launcher, OP. I miss these bad boys, but I don't miss them because I've had a lot of losses because of them. And And eventually people started getting good with the grenade launcher as well. You if you were at a certain distance, they would explode immediately above people's heads. You could double nade launcher. OP, very easy. Guided missile launcher. Man, the trick shots with this thing were so fun. Scouting with it was fun. It was a above average gun. Really, it was like the most fun launcher I've ever used. Just being able to jump up and like use it as a like rocket ride yourself in solos was really, really, really fun. But against like really good opponents, it wasn't the greatest thing. So I'm just gonna put it in the above average. It goes up a couple points because of how fun it was to use. LMG, dang dude, 100 bullets. You guys remember the ninja clip from the Friday Fortnite? This thing was OP. This thing was definitely OP, and it was somewhat accurate. It did a lot of damage, shot really fast. Definitely OP. Harpoon, just average. It has uses beyond killing people. Nothing crazy. We don't gotta. This is trash. All the crossbows were trash. Hunting rifle, above average. Above average. Just a solid gun to use. Infantry, the normal infantry. This is not the gold and purple. It was not a great gun. Honestly, it was an average gun because you had like what, 8 bullets and they weren't all very accurate like the purple and gold. Pump shotgun. Great gun. I miss you. I miss the pump. I wish it's back. It's gone through a lot of different versions. It used to be very strong in the beginning. The gray pump used to do like 200 damage to the head. And then it eventually started doing like 140 or something like it. It was good. It got bad. It got good again. It's gone through a lot. I think it's just a great gun. Well, let me think. The last we saw of it, the blue pump did 180 to the face. We probably just have to put that in the above average category. We'll put the purple and gold pump in the great category. I don't think it's OP. I think it's fine the way it was. And honestly, I'm gonna move the nades up to OP because they were just average. But once people started knowing how to use them, the top players, these things, especially in competitive, are super, super strong. A lot of team wipes. This thing was OP. Maybe not in pubs, but in competitive games, in arena, in tournaments, so many kills were gotten from this thing. You just threw it under a stack of people and just boom, instant 200 damage on everybody. It was OP. It's not OP plus because you could avoid it in most situations in pubs, but in stack tournaments where everybody's like next to each other, this thing was OP for sure. Lightsabers, I think they're just above average. I like they were really good for farming, and they're really good for killing bots against good players. They weren't the strongest, but they were great for farming, and for that, they'll get an above average ranking. Mythic goldfish, useless because you can never find it. No, I'm kidding. No, but in reality, the mythic goldfish does 200 damage, right? But it's a 1 in a million thing to find, so most people have never used it. But you have to throw a projectile at a person for 200, and it's kind of hard to hit them with it because you're throwing a projectile. I don't want to put it in super OP++ because like it's not super OP++. Like if I'm finding somebody who has a mythic goldfish and I know they're using it, I immediately start playing differently, and like I won't have to worry about them. Like I'll avoid letting them have like a free throw at me. I'm just gonna put it just like I don't know if like this thing even fits in this tier list. I'll just put it in useless for now, but it's not useless. Like if you have it, like you want to carry it, obviously it's 1 in a million. I'm just not gonna put it in. I just don't think it's it doesn't fit this tier list. Is this the normal AK? Average, very inaccurate gun. Turrets, useless. They were really OP and obnoxious in the beginning. I hated the fact that there was like a shield of armor on the person who was on the turret. You couldn't even headshot them, bro. You couldn't shoot back. I don't know what they were thinking, man. We've seen them being used actually in tournaments, even after the nerf. People used to like open a window and put the turret and then just spray people in boxes. I'll just say they're just average. Honestly, I'll just say they're average. This guy, like the revolver, it was like a weak version of the Deagle. It's like a faster Deagle, but it was just a weird gun to use. Honestly, just average. Gold, purple pistol, average. AK, I mean, I don't know. This is basically this is like the green. So this is the purple gold AK. This is the green bad gun. The AKs were bad. Proximity launcher, OP. They were kind of OP, man. You just shot them above a ramp. Somebody was hiding. You get free damage. Proximity mines, useless, man. Honestly, useless. There were some uses for them initially, but like I got like 2 kills with these things. Like this, it's just too slow. Makes a lot of noise. There's light. People avoided these pretty quickly. Quad launcher, OP, just very OP. Traps. When they got vaulted, they did 150 damage. Instantly, 150 plus. They were instant place. Like, they were fast. They were OP. If they ever come back, they got to reduce the damage a little bit and then maybe make it to where they deactivate if you eliminate the person who put them down. Rapid fire SMG. I would put these in the OP++, but that's a little biased. The rapid fire is just overpowered plus. The purple and gold rapid fire is just overpowered plus. I don't want to hear it. You know, people think that these things are just average, but this is the best gun in the game. I don't want to hear it. These were bad. I hated getting these off spawn. Holy crap. This was average. The tactical SMG was OP. This thing was like the rapid fire, but with like 40 bullets or 35, however many it had. Useless. Pistol. Bad. These were bad. Stink bombs. OP. You had a stack of 6 stinks. You basically killed whoever you want to kill. Doesn't matter who they are. Scoped like semi-auto snipe. Like, I don't know. Like, this thing. No, this is like the new semi-auto. Bad. No, honestly, it's a trash can. Speed round. Flintlock pistol. Great gun. Great for mobility. Great for damage. It was balanced because you had shot 1 bullet, then you had to reload. I loved it. I missed it. It was cool for trick shots. Normal minigun. OP. Silenced pistol. Above average. I don't want to say it's average. No. It's average. It's average. Charged shotgun. The green version and the gray version and the blue version are bad. The purple and gold are above average, and the mythic is great. With all that being said, we're just gonna put in the average category. So I think average. I think average is just fine. I don't want to say bad because in the current state, the attacks are so bad that you kind of need to use a charged shotgun sometimes. Kit charged shotgun is just a great gun. The kit charged shotgun is what all the gold charged shotguns should be like because it does the 153 body shot damage. It's got 5 bullets, pretty accurate. Does a lot of damage even just on tap. So the kit charged shotgun is a great gun. It's not even OP, which is kind of crazy. It's a mythic gun. It's not OP. It really is just what all the gold and purple charged shotguns should be like, but they're not. Scope pistol, average gun. I've seen some good clips of it from Tfue and whatnot, but at the end of the day, like in reality, against most players, it was a very average gun. I don't even think it's fair to put it in average. I think it was just a bad gun. The snowball launcher, it's just gonna be like it's kind of similar to the normal grenade launcher, just OP. Firefly jars, useless. I'm sorry. I try to make them work. They were useless. They really were. They just don't do enough damage on impact. Like 40 damage on impact is not enough, and then it takes so long for the fire to go off and actually start being a problem. The scout sniper rifle was above average. Not the greatest gun to use in like just as a normal sniper because it didn't even do 1-shot headshot. At least I don't think it did, or maybe it did. I'm not sure. Maybe it did. Point is, it was really useful in scrims and in competitive lobbies, which is why it's not going to be like bad, but it's above average. Pickaxe, OP++. I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to put this in. Thermal scoped AR. Honestly, this thing did a lot of damage. It was a little slower than the normal AR, the normal scoped. Where do we put the normal scoped? I think it's going to be among the normal scope. There's just a shame there's no smoke bombs in Fortnite. Like if there were smoke bombs and you used it with smoke bombs, apparently this did 1 shot to the head. It just did like 80 something to the body, but it was still, I think above average is fair for the thermal. This is the purple and gold hunting rifle. It's great. We put the normal hunting rifle in the average category, I believe. The purple and gold, because they're super accurate, you can no scope with them. I think it's just a great gun. Jules drum gun. It's just got to be average, man. It's a mythic drum gun. It just doesn't live up to the hype of the Midas. It's worse than P90. It's worse than a rapid fire. It's worse. It's just bad. The AUG, I think it's a great gun as well. It's not OP or anything. It's just a gold AUG, but it's the mythic version. But with the changes to the AUG and how accurate it is, it does some decent damage. I like it. The Storm Flipper. Oh my God. This thing was OP, especially in scrims. This thing was just gave me a headache, bro. It gave me a headache, really. And that about wraps it up. The silent sniper rifle, we're gonna put that in the above average category. It's worse than the normal bolt action. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty comfortable with this. I don't want to put the Mythics drum gun in the super OP++. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna scroll through this real slow so you guys can take a look one last time. If you guys have a different idea of what guns should have been where, leave that in the comments down below and go ahead and tear each other up in the comments. Fight over it. I don't care. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and creator code SypherPK in the item shop. I'll see you guys next time.